you mentioned that I think like after you got your band and all of that, eventually you started like performing outside, and that's where that's another place I think that a lot of people are very skeptical on. Like if I see somebody performing at a restaurant or a bar, I'm like, oh okay, they're not so well to do, or like, oh okay, these fellas poor. I mean, like they just perform here for free for everyone and that's it. I think that's one camp, and then there's one more camp like, oh my god, I'm sure they're paying ridiculous amounts of money to these fellas or something like that, you know. It's like I don't think everyone has great perceptions about people.
No, unfortunately.
Kind of
everybody wants Harry Styles, which is great. I want Harry Styles to come and perform for me too. But then what I'm slowly learning with the independent music industry or the indie industry is that some of the music are really good. There are days where I'm walking around and an independent artist song gets stuck in my head. Yes, you have the commercial radio songs that stuck in your head, all the celebrities and the A-lister songs, but there are days where I've heard really good music and it just gets stuck in my head. So the music is good, it's just that we don't know about it because these artists are not played 20 times a day on the radio, or they're not constantly appearing on your Instagram or Spotify. So you don't think much about it, not because they're not any good, it's just that how much of exposure do they have on your social media feed? That's why you're not looking at them.
So what was your perception about the music industry? The same, like how I mentioned, like, oh, only if you're born to a famous family, then maybe you can make it. But other than that, no.
I think there's a lot of stereotypes out there about music, but they are very extreme. As a kid, I wanted to be a singer, and then I would imagine I'm walking at home, but I imagine I'm walking in the red carpet, as paparazzi, the lights are flashing, I'm smiling. Although probably if my mom thought, what is this girl hallucinating about, right? It's like, what's happening here? So like as a kid, my perception towards becoming a singer was, oh my God, I'm going to have lots of money. I think money wasn't really a question. It's just like you'll be rich, you'll be famous, like rich. Like, you wouldn't worry about how much you would earn. You're just like, wow, you'll be rich, you're a singer. And I think nobody crushed that perception until I was about a teenager, because as I kept telling people I wanted to be a singer, people were like, hey, why you keep pursuing this line of work? It was a hobby, it's cute, but like keep it a hobby, don't make it a career. So people would tell me, like my family, my relatives, when they hear like this girl wants to be a singer, they're like, but Malaysia cannot make music. In Malaysia, music can't make money. Like that's immediately everybody will tell you in Malaysia music can't make money. In the US maybe sure, but in Malaysia you can't make money, so you're not gonna be a singer. Like, and my reasoning as a kid was like, fine lah, I go to US and make money there lah. Like, like why are you crushing my dream if I'm gonna make it happen? So I'm glad that first of all people were not constantly drilling this upon me, because I would have gotten very discouraged. Second thing is very thankfully in my life soon, when I started turning into a teenager and I kept saying I want to be a singer, I also met my mentors at Ascendance and ETIS.
Okay, so you did bring it up indirectly in a way. A lot of us who see musicians and all of that, and we see that they're on Spotify. Recently, I was having a conversation. I was showing your songs in a way. I was like, this is the song, so this is the last month's release, this is the month before release. And they were like, wow, this is really good. And then I was like, yeah. And then they must be making a lot of money from YouTube. And I was like, I don't think it's YouTube works that way anymore. So does YouTube, Spotify, I think these are platforms when we see from outside, we're like, oh, if they are there, they must be making tons of money. And that's the kind of perception we get. Is that true? If like you get a certain number of subscribers, you're already making tons of money. How does it work?
I think how the industry works now, I think last time with the CDs and vinyl you buy, I think a lot of it does go to the artist, but with digital streams, not so much, because everybody's consuming music, right? So a lot of times the streams give you credibility. That means, oh wow, some people have listened to my song 30,000 times. That means that's a good song. But that doesn't get you the money. I'm so sad to break your heart. But my heart broke when I got the revenue slip, right? And I was like, you mean 30,000 streams? And it's only less than 400 ringgit? It's like so much of work. If everybody gave me 1 ringgit, I would have made more money than if we're relying on, on this Spotify and things like that. But that is how the world works. Like, I'd rather you listen on Spotify or YouTube, and I get paid very little than people plagiarizing my songs. Even worse, like if you download illegally and start listening to it, so at least I get paid something.